The Tipping Point with Mike Tipton is brought to you by Dubby. What is Dubby? Dubby is a clean energy drink that is made to give you focus with no crash, jitters, or angst like those other energy drinks have. They also have no maltodextrin fillers and don't use artificial dyes. Dubby contains vitamins, amino acids, a nootropic, and 150 milligrams of caffeine. Dubby's products are made in the USA in an FDA-inspected facility that strictly adheres to GMP manufacturing guidelines. All of the flavors are unique and custom-made by Dubby, and you'll never taste our taste anywhere else. The best part about it is they're affordable. Dubby's drinks come out to about $1 per drink, much cheaper than Starbucks or any of those canned energy drinks. To learn more, visit w.gg.com/discount/MRTipton33 and place your order today. Use promo code MrTipton33 and save today. Dubby Energy, be better. What's going on, everybody? I want to tell you about my new friends over at Cleverman. Visit them online at becleverman.com. What they gave me was the energizing face and beard scrub along with the Cleverman face scrubber. And trust me when I say this, the energizing face and beard scrub smells amazing. Combining it with the face scrubber, making sure that your boy was looking as good and sexy as possible, opened up a whole different sensation in my face that I haven't ever felt before. I felt so clean, so fresh, and so clean, like Outkast said, and it helped me feel like I was ready for my day. Make sure you visit them online at becleverman.com and follow them on Instagram at clevermannyc. The link is up in my bio if you want to check out all the amazing products they have. Visit them online, becleverman.com.
Since 1935, one event has brought us together for the passion, the pageantry, and the celebration of the upper echelon of college football. The Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl. New Year's Eve at noon. Don't miss El Paso's greatest game.
The Philadelphia Eagles have opened the door for the Dallas Cowboys and still given that fan base hope. The Chargers, though, they didn't look all that impressive. We'll talk about that. It's Tuesday. It's the Tipping Point with Mike Tipton, hoping that everyone out there is having a fantastic day today. And I hope that your fantasy teams are doing better than my fantasy team is. And the saddest part about this is in all, I was only in 4 leagues this year, just 4 leagues this year. And in all 4 leagues, I missed the playoffs by 1 game. The first team out of the playoff mix is me in all 4 leagues that I was in. I could have put money down and been like, there's no way in hell that this would happen. It's an embarrassment. And the fact that on one of my teams, I have Saquon Barkley. I have Ashton Genty. I had, before I traded him away, Derrick Henry. If you had told anybody at any point in the fantasy football draft that those would be your 3 running backs at the beginning of the season, every single person would have said, oh, that team's going to be awesome. Ashley saying got kicked out of the playoffs yesterday. Oh, that hurts. That is your first time back playing fantasy football, right? In quite some time. At least you made it to the playoffs. You know, for not playing for an extended period of time, your fantasy football team making it to the playoffs, Hey, give yourself a little bit of credit here. Better than I did. Better than I did all season long, which is utterly asinine. But nonetheless, we're here. Woosah. It'll be okay. I'm making it through somehow, some way. We're able to do this. But yesterday, enough of the fantasy football action that's going on out there. Let's talk about real football action. Football that was played yesterday that has implications. August is saying, wait, Tipton, you didn't make the playoffs? You cowboyed it? LOL. Yes, I did. I 100% Dallas cowboyed my playoffs. It was again, if you looked at my fantasy football roster, you'd be like, man, that's a really good team. Augustine saying exactly what everyone was saying about yesterday's game. I have it in like the description of this show. That had to be the most boring overtime game that there has ever been in the history of boring overtime games in the NFL. At one point, I even said to my friends, like, if this game goes to overtime, I am going to hate it. I hate watched the majority of that game. After halftime, I changed the channel. I watched Monday Night Raw. I missed Saquon Barkley's 57-yard touchdown run. And then I didn't miss anything else. But just looking at it, I'm so glad, beyond happy that the Philadelphia Eagles lost that game, that Jalen Hurts melted down. And if you watched the show yesterday, you heard me say, and I'm getting ready to do like the whole montage thing of it. I said on this show yesterday, Jalen Hurts protects the ball. It's what he's the best at. And then he goes out there and has 5 turnovers. 2 turnovers on one play. 2 turnovers on one play. That's the first time that's happened in the NFL since 1978. And I have to do the research to find out who the hell was the person that had 2 turnovers on one play in 1978. I don't know what team did it. Jared Hancock saying the Bears winning the Super Bowl. My guy, they got a shot. I said they were going to be a playoff team. I like what they did in the offseason. There's a real possibility here because if the Bears can avoid the Rams, then I can see a path where they can make it to the Super Bowl. However, if they get in any type of line where like they have a path directly to the Rams, then they're going to be in trouble. To me, the Rams are the best team in the NFC. Outside of the Rams, it's dealer's choice. Like it genuinely is. You cannot convince me that Detroit's a Super Bowl caliber team. You can't convince me that Tampa Bay is a Super Bowl caliber team. Philadelphia, losers of 3 straight right now. 4 weeks ago, maybe just maybe we could say Philadelphia a little better than what we think they are. But as of right now, Philadelphia to me, not a Super Bowl contender. Frauds. They are fraudulent. Augustine saying the funniest thing was Jalen Hurts. 2 turnovers in one play. That's the most Dak Prescott ever. It's never happened. Never happened in the NFL since 1978. And again, I am trying to figure out who this person was in 1978 that had 2 turnovers in one game. Ashley saying it was terrible, so hard to watch. Even the Monsters Inc. version didn't help. I can't watch those types of games. Maybe it's just me. I have embraced that I am get off my lawn guy. But that was a tough game. It genuinely was. It was a bad one. Jared Hancock saying they need home field advantage, but Caleb is playing unreal if you watch him. No, I agree. Jared, I haven't seen you comment on here before, so you might be new to the stuff that we've been doing. I said at the beginning of the season, there wasn't a huge difference between Jaden Daniels, who won the Rookie of the Year last year, and Caleb Williams. It was 200 passing yards more for Jaden Daniels. Or actually, no, Caleb Williams had more passing yards. Jaden Daniels had, I want to say, 5 more touchdowns and 3 more interceptions. Other than that, it wasn't like, to me, everyone was like, oh my God, look how great Jaden Daniels is. Caleb Williams held his own. So I thought Caleb Williams was going to have a pretty decent season this year, especially with the Bears at the beginning of this, in the offseason, making the adjustments to the offensive line, making that offensive line better. That's what I thought was really going to help out Caleb Williams. It's good. Like the Bears, the trajectory for them, we always talk about that here. The trajectory for the Bears is on the way up. For Washington, it's on the way down, if not just stagnant. For my Dallas Cowboys, it's been a flat line for the last 30 years. Augustine's saying the Super Bowl is going to be the Rams versus anyone. The Rams will win the Super Bowl. They are so good. The Rams are so good. Ashley saying it was worse than the butt fumble. It's up there. I mean, as far as just comedic plays happening in the NFL, it's up there. It is 100% up there. Mireya Reyes saying the Packers are going to the Super Bowl. Her Packers. They beat the Bears. They're in the driver's seat now, right? Like the Bears need all the help. All Green Bay has to do is do their job. They win that division. There's the scenario, right? Like you're the number 2 seed, maybe, in the NFC. You need some help to get to the number 1 seed in the NFC, but hey, you're in the driver's seat right now. As long as your team doesn't do a Philadelphia Eagles and shit the bed, you've got a legitimate shot at making a deep playoff run. Obviously, you got to handle business and win the division. You got one more game against the Bears. You lose that game against the Bears. Now things become a little more murky. The Bears handle your business. Green Bay handle your business. And we'll see who wins the division. It is going to be fun. Like coming down the stretch, it is going to be fun to watch what happens with playoff seeding, things of that nature, right? Like it's genuinely going to be something to keep an eye on. And I was looking at possible scenarios because, as we said on yesterday's show, I needed Philadelphia to win to really rip out my heart. Like let's just put an end to this season. Stop allowing me to have hope. We needed, and I say we as a Dallas Cowboys fan, needed that loss in order to continue having a shot. Dallas, if they win, they have Minnesota, the Chargers, Washington, and the Giants left. That's what's left on the Dallas Cowboys schedule. Minnesota, not a really good team. The Chargers, I'm going to be honest, guys. I haven't watched a ton of LA Chargers games this year just because they're not on my radar. They're a good team, but they are also insufferable to watch. And I get it. Justin Herbert was hurt. He's got the broken hand or whatever he's got going on. That's nothing but a target. If I'm these teams, I am aiming at that left hand as much as I possibly can because it's just simply a target. The Chargers, not a good team, not a great team. And I can see the Dallas Cowboys with this new defensive line generating pressure, causing issues. But the Chargers, they handle their business. They should beat the Dallas Cowboys. And that would be the one that kind of ends the season for the Dallas Cowboys. Because you have to remember right now, if the Cowboys and the Eagles end the season with the exact same record, the Dallas Cowboys will win the division because of that tie. They won't have as many losses as the Philadelphia Eagles. So we need from the Dallas Cowboys 2 more losses from the Philadelphia Eagles. They have the Raiders and then the Commies twice. And then in the middle of that, they have the Buffalo Bills. I don't trust the Buffalo Bills. I am not on the Josh Josh Allen bandwagon. Augustine saying that the vertical camera is a little too close. That you don't like the vertical camera, you can always switch over to the other one. I'm just trying something out here with what StreamYard is allowing me. Any camera on this face is way too close. Augustine asking if I got hair plugs. No, I just grew out my hair. That's all it was. Years of shaving my head has caused a lot of damage, but I've decided I'm just going to let it grow out, and we'll see how it goes. It's not great. It doesn't look great, but hey. And also goes out to the people that are like, oh, you can't grow hair. There it is. Right? But no hair plugs. I was interested, though, in like going to Turkey because I heard that like Turkey has these amazing things to help with hair growth. Augustine says it's like looking at the Breakfast Club movie, LOL. I don't know what that means. Have I seen the Breakfast Club? I think I've seen the Breakfast Club. I've had to yeah, the dude puts the fist in the air. But yeah, I've seen it. I don't remember it, but I've seen it. Jared Hancock saying, I like the Cowboys this season. Dark horse if they make it in. Packers and Rams, I could see being upset easy in the playoffs. The Packers, to me, the issue that they had was explosive plays on offense. And obviously, whenever you don't have Christian Watkins, whenever you don't have Jaden Reed, that's going to cause some issues. They get those guys back. Now they're able to, air the ball out a little more. The offensive line is a little suspect to me. That would be my main issue with the Green Bay Packers is that I don't like that offensive line. The defense, it seems like you can run at the defense, but they've been good enough to kind of stop some of those teams. Like I was fully expecting Chicago to go in and just ram the ball down the throat of the Green Bay Packers, and they weren't able to do that. So for me, and then I look at the Rams, and the Rams to me are just an overwhelming team on both sides of the ball. Just both sides of the ball. Like I genuinely see the Rams giving every single team trouble. Augustine saying the Cowboys are going to make the playoffs. People, stop. Please, just stop. Again, they have a 10% chance. A 10% chance. Augustine goes on to say that hair blocks the tip. LOL. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. I think everyone's just so used to me wearing a hat. I should have probably grabbed one. I know I've got some somewhere in this office. I just got home, got the show set up, started doing some stuff around the house, realized that, holy shit, it's 5:59 and I've got to do a show in, less than a minute. I just ran in here and was like, no hat, we'll be fine. I think I did a no hat show the last time I did Fire and Ice with Brandon Cohn. And he was like, holy shit, you have hair? I was like, yeah, it's weird. Right? The Rams, to me, again, the best team in football. I feel like. I don't trust Denver just yet. And I know it sounds odd being like, why do you trust the Bears whenever the Bears are kind of in the same boat? There's a Spider-Man meme, right? The Broncos and the Bears, second-year quarterback, solid run game. They're basically mirror images of one another. Address the offensive line. They have solid defenses. Why don't you trust the Broncos the way you trust the Bears? It's the same reason why I don't trust the Patriots. There's something about it, right? Like the AFC to me, I feel like those teams are going to cannibalize each other. Although I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, the Patriots have some sort of magic. Could you imagine? Everyone out there was praying to God. Oh, let's find a way to kill this Patrick Mahomes dynasty that they've got going on in Kansas City, which we don't give enough love to what the Kansas City Chiefs have been able to do. 9 straight years making it to the AFC Championship game. 9 straight years making it that far. That's beyond impressive. I think I was looking at a thing the other day. It was like the last time the Kansas City Chiefs weren't in the AFC Championship game. Patrick Mahomes was still in college. Reckham Tech. You see the Texas Tech flag back here. I believe it was the Broncos had just won the Super Bowl as well. So it's been a while since the Kansas City Chiefs haven't been in the AFC Championship game. Jared going on to say, I agree for sure. Bears have played from behind a lot and win consistently. The Broncos, very similar. The other teams don't have that as of now. I got to look at, because I'm trying to remember off the top of my head, the playoff picture. Let's see if I can get it without looking over here. As of right now, your leader in the NFC North are the Pittsburgh Steelers. Frauds. If you've got any money on the Pittsburgh Steelers making a deep playoff run, cash out right now. Just get to the playoffs, cash out in the playoffs. They are not making a deep playoff run. Watch them win the Super Bowl just to spite me, even though I want to drink ayahuasca with Aaron Rodgers. So we've got the Steelers in right now. We've got the Patriots in right now. We've got the Broncos in. Leading the AFC South are our Jacksonville Jaguars. Our second favorite team on this show is the Jacksonville Jaguars. So we've got our Jacksonville Jaguars right now. The wild card is more than likely, I'm playing it in my head right now, the Chargers have to be in there. The Texans are in there. And the Colts are in there. Let's make sure that that is the way that it actually is. Where are we? There's our standings. Let's go to the playoffs. I'm just going to look at the AFC right now. We're not going to look at the NFC because I want to see if I can do the same. Denver, New England, Jacksonville, Pittsburgh, the Chargers, the Bills, damn it, and the Texans. So the Bills are in right now over the Indianapolis Colts, who just dropped to 8-5 because of the loss to our Jacksonville Jaguars. Duval, stand up. Mireya Reyes saying, don't bet against A-Rod. I am 100%. That's another team that feels like they're winning just in spite of everything that's going on around that team. They are not impressive. They have not been fun to watch. I can't imagine being a Pittsburgh Steelers fan right now and loving life. Our guy, Richie Davis, who was on the show on Sunday, who's a part of the Sun Bowl selection committee, or I guess he works with the Sun Bowl Association. He's not a part of the committee selecting, but he's a part of the Sun Bowl Association. He is a Pittsburgh Steelers fan. I should have asked him how he felt about this year because it's been bad. It's been bad. Jared saying A-Rod doesn't even ball in the playoffs. He's a regular season guy, and he's struggling at that. Facts. That's all I can say about that is factual. Aaron Rodgers has been struggling. Even over the last couple of years, like I know that the Green Bay Packers in his last couple of years in Green Bay made it to the NFC Championship game, but they just never had enough to get over the hump. Aaron Rodgers blames it on the team that was around him. They seem to be doing pretty well with Jordan Love. Man, I bet you like Aaron Rodgers has to hate that he gave up on the Green Bay Packers, right? Because that's a young, talented team that's around him. That if he had just taken a small pay cut, would have been a legitimate, they're still a contender, but with Aaron Rodgers, you would have figured over the last 3 years, it might have been really dynamic because I don't think Jordan Love's that great of a quarterback. He's a really good game manager, but he's not a great quarterback. There's got to be just a little bit there of Aaron Rodgers kind of hating life giving up on the Green Bay Packers. At least you would think. You'd think. Like I feel like there'd be more of a chance of winning the Super Bowl with them. Ashley saying that dude is the worst. You say Sirianni has a punchable face. I say that guy is right up there. Oh, he is. Mount Rushmore of punchable faces in the NFC or in football. We'll just say in football. Nick Sirianni, Aaron Rodgers, Matt Eberflus, and that shitty defense he has with the Dallas Cowboys. And number 4, the face I want to punch the most, Augustine Pimentel.
Hey, the pretty face. What are you talking about?
There ain't nothing pretty about that.
I mean, come on. By the way, I like this setup though, but that is too close. I'm sorry, YouTube. I'm so sorry. It's like
the vertical camera. I've got to get it set up correct in here, but it's like zoomed in here. You can see my flawless porcelain skin.
Porcelain. That's some bad porcelain.
Aged. That's what we call it. It's aged.
No, that's what you call wine and stuff. That's completely out there.
This is the porcelain that was left at the bottom of the Titanic after it sank.
No, that wouldn't be it, because at least the water conserves it. You're like, left in the desert Southwest. Oh, wait, in El Paso. There you go.
Yeah.
It's like a matchup of the ACC champion against somebody that's going to be rocked. But that's a whole different story.
I think that's going to be a really close game, because Duke is not an overwhelming ACC champion.
No, but they won. They're the champions. There's a reason why they're the champions. The question is, Tip, and I know I'm getting out of subject because you're talking NFL, but NFL, this season has been so difficult. It's been so, the word just escapes me, because there's no word for this season, because everybody's predictions, I think they're out, because nobody expected the Rams to be this good without Cooper Kupp. I mean, you did.
It's on record. I said the Rams would be the best team in the NFL if Matt Stafford could stay healthy, because you remember at the beginning of the season there was an issue with the back, and they thought he might miss a couple of weeks because of the back. That hasn't been an issue at all. So
yeah,
the Rams, like Puka Nacua, then they got Devontae Adams as well. I'd much rather have Devontae Adams than Cooper Kupp.
Ooh. I mean, did you see what Cooper Kupp did this weekend too? I mean,
sun shines on a dog's ass every now and then.
Yeah, that's a big dog, though. That is a big dog.
Got a lot of ass.
But I haven't seen Cooper Kupp that way, but that's a different story. It's just this year's NFL, and you said it best, with Barkley and Henry not having great seasons, Jalen Hurts being all of a sudden the turnover machine in the last game, and just everybody has an injury, but it's been more than other years. I felt it's more than other years. I mean, even if in my football de fantasía, I'm doing all right, but it's not like last year, and last year, everybody's guns were blazing. Everybody was playing great D. And you said it best a lot of times, that bad teams equal good games. And that wasn't the case in a lot of games. I mean, if we all remember the Raiders 7-7 or 7-10 or something like that.
I mean, we have to just Thursday night football games are the absolute worst. So we got to just push them out of the mindset. No one cares about Thursday night football games. But if you looked on Sunday, you had the 1-win Titans versus, I think it's the 3-win Cleveland Browns. And that was a fun game, right?
And
bad team plus bad team equals good football there.
And that's just the tip. I just want to put the tip in.
It's time for
Just the Tip.
That would make me uncomfortable. promise that it ain't too much, but just enough, just a tip, just a tip.
Just the tip? Just the tip.
It's time for Just the Tip.
Just the Tip is brought to you by our friends over at www.myhappynuts.com. Guys, it's the holiday season. That means it's time to deck your balls. The Black Friday sales have arrived and they're running all the way through the month of December. Go out there and get the bulber. Make sure your boys are looking as good as they possibly can so you can hang the mistletoe on it and maybe get yourself a little bit of extra love this holiday season. www.myhappynuts.com. Use promo code Mike Tipton at checkout and save on all your male grooming needs. You might have noticed that as we hit that there, it was because Augustine was a little premature, which is something I'm sure he's used to hearing quite often.
Oh man, you ran track in high school, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
That's why they called you 10-second man.
I wish, dude. I never ran like sprints. I was always like a distance runner. So even in high school, it was my freshman and my sophomore year. All I did was the distance running. I hated sprinting. It is the worst.
Sure, we'll go with that one. But
I am a 10-second man in other ways.
Hey, at least you didn't say it's a Blue Friday. But anyway.
Your Blue Ball Friday sale.
Like we were saying before, the break. It's been one of those years where, maybe you said it, but a lot of people, maybe the Rams were expected to be a good team, but not this. I wasn't expecting, and I'm a Patriots fan. I wasn't expecting the Patriots to be like this. And the thing is, yeah, you're also a Cowboy fan though, but which doesn't count.
No. I told you they were making the playoffs.
Yeah, I still think they're a year away. But with the landscape that it is right now, they got a legitimate shot to go all the way.
I think the reason why it feels so weird, like this is like an odd NFL season, is because even though the Eagles, prior to this 3-game losing streak, even though they were 8-2 or whatever, they weren't dominant, right? Like they were squeaking out wins. You look at the way they beat Tampa Bay, the way they beat the Rams, they barely beat the Dallas Cowboys the first game of the season. Like they haven't been a dominant force, that dominant force we saw the last 2 games of last year where they beat the brakes off the Washington Commanders in the NFC Championship game. They beat the brakes off the Kansas City Chiefs. Then you look in the AFC. Baltimore, Buffalo, and Kansas City have been extremely disappointing. Mm-hmm. Then you also look at the Cincinnati Bengals. We were expecting to have, a halfway decent season with them because of Joe Burrow. He gets hurt in the second week of the season, misses the majority of the season. Their season's basically done, right? You look at the Pittsburgh Steelers, like all these legacy teams are just not performing the way that we would want them to perform. Even if the Dallas Cowboys, right? Like if the Dallas Cowboys were a game behind Philadelphia as opposed to 2 games behind Philadelphia, it feels a little different. Right? Like if Detroit was better than what they are, they were the team that we expected them to be, it would feel a little different. But it's fun to see, Jacksonville stepping up. It's fun to see Seattle. Everyone thought Seattle was going to be bad because of Sam Darnold. He's proving all of us, including myself, wrong because he's good. Like we have to admit that Sam Darnold is good. Like it's weird. I don't like the world we're living in, right? Then the Colts, like the story of the Colts before Daniel Jones goes down with the ruptured Achilles and stuff. Like it's been fun to see some of those teams. The Bears, that's a great storyline right there. So you have the legacy teams over the last 5 years or so taking a little bit of a step back, but now you're seeing like a new crop of teams come up. And I think that's what's making this fun. And then you like the Houston Texans still being in the mix and stuff, like that's fun. It's just we've been disappointed by the teams we thought were good being mediocre at best.
Yeah, I mean, it's for me, the Jaguars are really, it's like they're coming of age for some reason. That's what it feels like with them. And then with other teams like the Texans, it being, the way they're starting to play, the way their defense plays, it's like I never expected that defense to be that. So
But that's the thing, right? Like a lot of these teams, you can look at them and you can poke holes in their like championship ability, right? Like even with the Patriots, they're a really good team, but they're a young team. Same thing with the Broncos, same thing with the Bears. You look at the Jacksonville Jaguars, you can sit there and be like, man, like it feels like they're coming of age, but they seem to make the mistake at the wrong time that ultimately cost them a game, right? You look at the Houston Texans, that is a championship caliber defense, but that offense is dog shit. Like it is bad, right? And Jared on here saying the Dolphins and the Panthers are very interesting for the playoffs as well. Don't see either getting very far, but they could cause some upsets here.
for example, I'll tell you this much: Waddle has been proven to be an impressive wide receiver, where nobody at the start of the year would give anything for him, and coincidentally, I got him in my fantasy team like the 17th round. I said, I'll take Waddle.
Yeah. It's because over the last couple of years, the Dolphins offense has been let's force feed Tyreek, right? And since Tyreek Hill took a step back, he's not as fast as what he used to be. It kind of okay, well, now the focus needs to be on Jalen Waddle because he should be the number one receiver. So now we're just going to put all the focus on him. Tua is like, it's weird. Like the Miami Dolphins are a weird team to me because they have a halfway decent defense. They have a good run game if they can establish the run. No one would have thought, especially after Tyreek Hill, had that gruesome leg injury, that the Dolphins would be knocking on the door, that they would have the same record as the Kansas City Chiefs with a shot. That's all you need. Just get a shot, and maybe you get into the playoffs, and whatever happens can happen, right? That's all you need. Just get into the door. No one would have thought that they'd be here, but they're showing some resilience. Mike McDaniel, like 5 weeks ago, everyone was talking about firing Mike McDaniel. They've got the ship right, and he seems like a genius again. It's just there's something about that team that you just don't trust, right? And it's the same thing with the Carolina Panthers. They're a fun team to watch. I like Ted McMillan. I like Rico Dowdle. You know better than anybody. On this show, I said it was a huge mistake that the Cowboys got rid of Rico Dowdle. They're a fun team to watch. But Bryce Young, I said this the other day, and it got Sonia, who's on Prim and Proper Sports, got her mad at me because I said Bryce Young looks like a Make-A-Wish kid who just got into the football game and the teams are letting score because he's so small and fragile, right? Like it looks like a stiff wind is going to knock him over. Can you trust that in playoff time? And for me, like if the Panthers make it, that would be awesome. But I think all of us would rather see Tampa Bay because we like Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, Baker's one of those that it's a guy you want to like, It's a guy you want to do well. He's had some really rough, deals before. I think he's a great asset to Tampa Bay. But, he lost his number one receiver for a while, and it's tough,
It's not just that. Like the Mike Evans injury is huge, but like they've lost Bucky Irvin throughout the year. They lost Emeka Ibuka. They're just getting Chris Godwin back. Like they've had a ton of injuries with this team, dude.
And he's been getting hit like crazy too.
That's what I was about to say. Their biggest thing is their offensive line is bad. And Baker Mayfield, if he gets through this season without having like a major injury, would be shocking because he's getting hit every single time he drops back to pass.
Yeah. Yeah, same problem with the Bengals because for my money, and who I like has the best quarterback in the NFL.
The Dallas Cowboys with Dak Prescott.
No, 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 no. No, I mean Dak is all right for a cowboy, you know. I mean, but he just that front, that ownership sucks. But anyway, Joe Burrow, he made Cincinnati look different. Um,
He made Cincinnati look different for a week, and then we realized how bad that defense is. People forget this. The Cincinnati Bengals were up 28-18 with 10 minutes remaining in Sunday's game. And with 3 minutes remaining in Sunday's game, we're down 38-28.
yep.
Like it was a wild 7 minutes that happened in that fourth quarter, man. But it's because that Cincinnati Bengals defense is atrocious. But they gave all the money to Joe Burrow, T. Higgins, and Jamar Chase.
Yeah, but at the same time, that's been like this. It's been like that for the whole year for a lot of teams. I mean, for a lot of teams, it's been that those last 5 minutes. It's like they can't deal with the pressure somehow, and it just gets to them. And it's been that's what I say about the NFL this year. It's been little things throughout the year going on, little things, and then all of a sudden one team like the Ravens defense since last year. When would you expect the Ravens defense to be as bad as they are right now?
Yeah.
Like for example, the Packers. And I understand some people are going to go, "Oh, the Packers are great." No, they're not. They've been lucky a lot of times because Jordan Love does not know how to read a defense. I mean, he's lucky he's got that kid that can really catch called Watson. He's lucky as heck.
Along with like Josh Jacobs, like they have a lot of safety blankets for Jordan Love, but like I agree with you. He's not a top tier quarterback in the NFL.
No, he's not. He's in a really great situation, but yeah, you're right, Jared. Josh Allen, a couple of weeks ago he had like at least I didn't see the game, but when I was checking scores, he had like a 62-point fantasy game where he ran like for 1 billion scores and threw for other billion scores. So Josh Allen, just again, what's wrong with the Bills? It's just those little details this year. Even with the Rams that we consider the best team, about 2 weeks ago they had a huge hiccup in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
So the playoffs, I think when teams get to the playoffs, and you've said it a billion times, that's a whole completely different season anyway. But this is where all this is going to come out, and those teams that can handle the pressure will be able to move on to the next phase. I don't think some teams can handle it. Namely, I don't think Green Bay is going to be able to handle it. Namely, Bryce Young is not going to be able to handle it, not yet at least, until he does it 1 or 2 years consistently. Other than that, I mean, even the Rams with their experience, with the way that their Hall of Fame quarterback, their first ballot Hall of Fame quarterback when he retires will be, even he has had some hiccups. So it's this year's and I'll say this, Tipton, just to make your day. If the Cowboys do make the playoffs, they have a legitimate shot. They actually do, because the way everybody else is playing. I mean, their defense has to show up, because that offense is going to show up. So they might have a chance too.
Yeah, Ray is saying the Packers will make it. Just watch. I believe I don't know if it was yesterday or if it was last week where I said if the Packers make it to the Super Bowl, they're one of the teams where I wouldn't be surprised, right? Because they are a good team. We've seen them do some decent runs, and they can get hot. They have a solid enough defense. The addition of Micah Parsons was huge. It's just that offense is where my question marks are with the Green Bay Packers, right? Now that they've got Watson and Reed back, maybe that helps them out a little bit, but who knows, right? It's just, think about this. If the playoffs were to start today, and I'm going to go look at the NFC side now,
Let's
If
see.
the playoffs were to start today, the Lions, the Commanders, the Chiefs, and the Chiefs would all be out of the playoffs, right? Then you look at teams that are on the bubble, where Buffalo, it's not guaranteed that they're going to make the playoffs. There's the potential that they could miss the playoffs, right? And the same thing with Philadelphia. They could miss the playoffs. Baltimore, on the outside looking in right now, that was a Super Bowl team that all of us said it's this year to win the Super Bowl or it's never going to happen, and they're crumbling under pressure.
Yep.
We had expectations for all these teams, even Kansas City, despite the fact we probably shouldn't have had any expectations for them. But we had expectations for these teams, and they haven't lived up to it. On the flip side of this coin is now you're starting to see what the NFL is really about with like all the parity, all the stuff that they have in the league. And it, like, to me, if Baltimore can right the ship, if Cincinnati can get a little bit better on defense, I'm talking about for next season, if the Kansas City Chiefs can get it together as well, now you have storylines of these young teams that are young and hungry that can come up and get it versus the older teams that have, had a lot of success going up against each other. And now you have someone taking the crown.
Agreed. Here's the thing. And I agree with Jared on this one. It just doesn't seem like he's the guy. But there's one team we're overlooking, and you're going to hate this, that NFC West, the Rams, the Seahawks, and 49ers. I mean, we haven't talked about them, but they're playing some good ball too.
I have to apologize. I told everyone that I thought the 49ers would finish, that they wouldn't be that good, that they would take a step back in the division. I'm currently correct where I said they'd be third in the division because I didn't trust Arizona, but this isn't the third place that I thought they'd be, right? Like I thought they'd be bad third place. They're a good third place team.
Yeah, and you got to remember that and in the conference, they're 8-2.
Yeah. And that's the thing, right? Like they're 8-2. I think the Rams are 8-3, maybe. I think that's where
I'm just talking in the conference. Overall, the 49ers are 9-4.
Yeah. And that's them surviving without Fred Warner. That's them surviving without Brock Purdy. That's a team that a lot of question marks. But again, do you trust them in the playoffs? Because we've seen them choke repeatedly in the playoffs, whether it's a Super Bowl, whether it's a AFC or NFC championship game, whether it's the first round of the playoffs. Over the last decade and a half, I'd say, we've seen this team severely underachieve.
Yeah, they've cowboyed up.
This guy. Nobody underachieves like the Dallas Cowboys. Nobody does that. We're the best. We're the best at making sure we underachieve.
We're like the economy. Anyway. No, hey, look at this, people.
Damn, those are some deep wrinkles.
Yeah, this one, man. It's like,
call that the Grand Canyon.
well, you're not looking. Well, anyway.
Jared Hancock saying, Kyle Shanahan, I think the best coach in the league and has been. Purdy is overpaid and a real problem. That's something that I think is going to wind up being a detriment to San Francisco.
Purdy?
They're paying a lot of money to Christian McCaffrey. They're paying a lot of money to Brock Purdy. And to me, neither one of them are worth that upper echelon of money that they're getting paid.
With Brock, it's kind of, I think Brock is very cerebral. I think Brock will come through. But McCaffrey's up there in age, and there's no way you can replace McCaffrey anyway.
Well, again, like, look at what San Francisco did, right? Like, you saw firsthand as a New England Patriots fan, Mac Jones did not look like a quarterback that could survive in the NFL. He goes over to Kyle Shanahan, and he's the reason why the San Francisco 49ers are 9-4, right? Like he's the reason why they're this good. And it really makes you think, okay, Kyle Shanahan can do this with anybody, because look at the trajectory of Sam Darnold, right? Like Sam Darnold leaves the Jets, leaves Carolina. People forget that Carolina had both Sam Darnold and Baker Mayfield on their roster, and were just an absolute dumpster fire. Sam Darnold then goes over to San Francisco, is a backup with them, learns what it means to be a pro, learns how to be a quarterback in the NFL, becomes the backup quarterback in Minnesota. J.J. McCarthy gets hurt, in the off season of his rookie year. Sam Darnold leads this team to 14 wins, goes over to Seattle, and is currently, a 10-win team with Seattle right now. He's had these reclamation
defense too.
What's that?
With a very good defense.
Yeah. But like Kyle Shanahan, it makes it seem like he can make any quarterback a damn decent quarterback. It's just in the playoffs and in the Super Bowl, I think he gets in his own way and he causes calls a lot of dumb plays. Like the allowing Kansas City to get the ball second in the Super Bowl, where they just get the ball and run it down your throat. And ultimately, it's death by 1,000 cuts. Now, you know me, I hate the San Francisco 49ers, so I was happy with that. But you take the ball second. That's always the thing. You take the ball second in overtime, especially with the new overtime rules.
Yeah.
And Jared also reminding us, Kyle Shanahan had Jimmy Garoppolo looking like he was Tom Brady. They made a Super Bowl with Jimmy Garoppolo.
Wait, Mike Tipton, you got to say Jimmy G like you mean it. Like he's your boy. I know that.
A little bit of me and my Jimmy G, baby. A little Jimmy G spot. My dude was dating a porn star. That's how amazing Mike Shanahan or Kyle Shanahan had Jimmy Garoppolo. He was dating porn stars. Where the hell is Jimmy G now? I will ask, can you tell me? Because I know where he is. Do you know where he is, Augustine?
I just saw him as a backup quarterback. I saw him for Buffalo?
Nope. Close, though. The blue, it's with the LA Rams.
Yeah, I just saw him and I went, hey, that's Tipton's love child.
That's my guy. He's also on the man crush list. Behind Tom Brady. Everyone's behind Tom Brady and Ryan Reynolds on the man crush list.
Oh, Deadpool.
If you're a man and you don't think Ryan Reynolds is a good-looking guy, you are lying to yourself.
Who played James Bond?
Pierce Brosnan?
No. After
Daniel Craig.
Hey,
yeah, I could see it. I think that's helped out by the accent.
Yeah, I think so. If
I was British, people would think that I was hot too.
If it's a name like Benedict Cumberbatch, there you go.
Yeah. I'll Cumberbatch, all right. Jesus Christ, I'm an idiot. How did I get my own show?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. I gave it to myself.
Yeah, that's the advantage.
Mireya Reyes saying, haha, man crushers. Hey, I've got no problem admitting that I have the man crush list. I've teased.
Wait. You have a list?
Yeah. I have a top 100 of the dreamiest men in the world. Tony Romo's on there. Dakota Rain Prescott is on there.
Dakota Rain. That still sounds like a woman's name. Anyway,
I was gonna say, it sounds like a fake name. Like someone's trying. Like he joined the the witness protection program.
Yeah, he's like, "What's your name, Dakota Rain?"
Mireya saying that I have terrible taste.
Okay, Mireya, who's your man crush?
I was saying, what's your man crush list look like?
Besides us too,
Yeah, definitely.
Said no one ever. Mireya's probably typing, going,
She's going to give us the top 100. She's got like a PDF document ready to go.
That would be funny.
Mireya saying Aaron Rodgers. Okay, that's terrible taste.
That is, yeah.
Especially with that big dent in his head. Like, come on, man. Come on. Ashley saying nighttime tipping point is hitting LOL, you Romosexual. I have always, I've told people all the time, I am a flaming Romosexual, a raging Romosexual. I got no problem saying it. Also, my Dak is throbbing right now. Did I tell you the name of my fantasy team? It's Dak and Goff because I have Dak and Jared Goff as my quarterbacks.
I mean, you're just a regular Cowboy fan.
Jared saying through with Tony Romo as a kid at a golf course. He gave me an expired black credit card too. Good guy. Dated a model at that time too. Tony Romo, like, say what you will about his ashy vocal cords. I don't know, Jim. Like all that crap that he does. Like, he didn't win with the Cowboys, but he's a winner in life. Like the dating tree that he has, Jessica Simpson, Carrie Underwood, like, Jesus Christ, man. Like, he is a winner at life. Quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys.
Jessica Simpson?
Yeah.
Ew.
No.
Ew.
You know what? I haven't benched anybody in a long time.
Yeah,
and
last time you benched me was me too. So.
What?
Last time you benched somebody, it was me too. I remember.
I know.
But no, Jessica Simpson.
I will not stand here for the besmirchment of prime 2008 Jessica Simpson. Come on, man.
No.
You know what? He's benched. He's on the bench. I need to come up with a graphic for whenever people get on the bench. Ashley saying BJ is 1-2. Wasn't a fan while he played, but I like him now. Tony Romo's a good dude. Also, shout out to Chris Hanna here in El Paso. Did a Tony Romo documentary. For those of you out there that haven't seen it, it's called Now or Never. It's a great documentary. Talks about Tony Romo's upbringing, his grandfather being a migrant worker from Mexico, moving up to Wisconsin. Just a great all-around story. The Tony Romo story to me is like one of those inspiring. When you watch that and you're just inspired.
Yeah, Veronica Escobar would love it.
I know someone who won't.
Well, yeah, and he gave a speech right now that was, oh my God.
Was it coherent? That would be a step up. Was it coherent?
I just, I was just listening to it and I was going, what the hell is this guy talking about?
That's probably what they say about me as I do this show here. Okay, everyone, we're coming up on an hour. I just want to remind everybody that Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl is right around the corner. Duke, the ACC champion. We've never had a conference champion play in recent times here at the Sun Bowl. So a conference champion, the ACC champion, Duke Blue Devils at 8-5, taking on the Arizona State Sun Devils at 8-4. I think it's going to be a great game. Like, both these teams match up with each other awesomely. I'm working on getting a couple of people from both Duke and Arizona State that have called the football games for them on ESPN, on ESPN Plus, on TNT to join the show to give us some insight about both of these teams. So we're going to work on some stuff like that. But the Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl, December 31st at high noon on CBS or here in El Paso. Get your tickets because they are selling fast. Augustine, I looked on Sunday to see how much were left. I looked today, and they are selling rather quick, my guy. I am surprised.
Do you have your tickets? Or wait, you have your press pass?
I have my press pass. I will be there taking video, taking pictures, doing all kinds of stuff. It's going to be a fun time. Shout out to our friends over at the Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl, always taking care of me. They are awesome. And I look forward to all the little events that we have, like the ancillary events, the basketball tournament, the fan fiesta. All those things are always amazing.
Yep, and hopefully it's a great game, and it's the second oldest bowl game, if I'm correct.
Yep.
So
you missed your opportunity. You could have been like, I hope it's a great game because they're great. Get it?
No.
Huh? No. Okay. Fuck me then. That's cool.
That wasn't the tip.
All right, everybody. We'll see y'all later.